Hey folks, I'm HP and this is Dr. Pink, and welcome to this Advanced Blues Complete Beginners course. So, if you want to join this course here, you probably should have already watched my Complete Beginners course, just for the complete Beginners course. The link is in the description box below, and but it's not totally necessary. You already have watched that video to follow what I'm talking about here. At least you need some information about blues already. Yeah. Before we get started, make sure you have subscribed to my channel, hit the notification button, and follow me on all social media accounts like Instagram or whatever, Telegram or on Google. Yeah. So, what is about Advanced Blues, this beginner's course? As I said, if you're a beginner starting to want to get into the world of blues guitar, there are a few things you need to know, and I really put together a lot of things here, basically all things which you need to know to go to the next step. So, do you already need to know that what a blues is, what a blues form is, what blues rhythm is, the shuffle blues and all that stuff, which is explained in the beginner's course and in the first one. And here we're going to the next step, what you can do, what all the scales you can do, stuff like that, and how to create more complex blues forms, or the blues riffs, stuff like that. So let's get started. There are chapters below, so you can just switch to the chapters if you want, because it's going to be a pretty long tutorial, I think. I just start from one point. Maybe in the between I make a cappuccino break, because I don't know how long it's going to take, because I really want to put things so together that after this course you really know everything about blues which you need to know to then go to the third step, which will come later. So let's get started now. First thing I want to talk about now is the form. The form is, we have the standard blues form is a 12-bar blues form. Let me switch to the close view. The blues form. During the whole tutorial I'm going to talk about the blues in A, because somehow we need to keep it in one key, and we can work out also with open strings, but also going to show that you can transpose everything in other keys. So we have this standard blues form. That's a 12-bar blues form with 4 bars of A7. That would be something like this. Let's play A7. 1, or let's do this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. 4 bars A, 2 bars D, 2 bars A, 1 bar E, 1 bar D, 1 bar A. So that was a standard blues form, 12 bars. And there are advanced or different types of blues forms. The next one will be the 12-bar blues with quick change. It's basically the same thing. I'm going to play other chords now. Probably this one here with A7 here. And quick change means that the second bar is a D, or if you are in another key, just the one below. So we have A, D, and E with the L form you already learned. So if you're in another key, like in G, it would be G, C, and D. These are the 3 chords. So but when we're staying in A, so we have quick change, means the second bar goes to the D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 2 and 3 and 4, and the rest stays the same. So that's quick change. Good. Then we can also add kind of a turnaround. There are different types of turnarounds. What is a turnaround? Is a thing which, well, as it says, turns around. So one possibility is the first part stays the same. We can do quick change or normal 4 bars of A. Then again the 2 bars of D, and then 1 bar of A7, and then we go to the 6th, that would be F sharp. Then 1 bar of B and 1 bar of E. That's a turnaround. Why is a turnaround called like this? We have 1, and then we go down 3 frets from any key. Just play a 7 chord. You can also play this one here. Just play a 7 chord. I play the little ones here with 5, 5, 6. Now we go to down 3 frets, and then we go up 5 frets. So, or from here 2 frets up, and then to E, then we back to the normal form here. You can also do like this to A7. We can take this one here, A7 to F sharp. Could be here, so that would be 4 frets up, but on the A string, and B7 here on the 7th fret, and E7. I take now the really simple chords instead of those ones here, which would be 7, 6, 7. You can also play, I like those ones most. But it's not about the chords, we talk about the riffs later, just the form. So now let's play the whole form with this turnaround, which starts in the 8th bar. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 6 till now. All sounds the same. Now it comes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. So that was a 12-bar blues with a turnaround which starts in the 8th bar. You can also add the turnaround in the last 2 bars. That will sound like this. Then it's half steps. The same chords, turnaround is this. Well, that's a big turn. There's also another one I'm going to talk afterwards. So we are here. Now we're playing again the blues form 1. Or let's do the ending. We're coming from here, from E7 on in the 9th bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And now comes a turnaround. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. See, so that works this way. Yeah, that's basically what you're doing here. That will be the turnaround at the ending. What you also can do is a other turnaround at the ending. That will be this one here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3. That's one which is used very often. Instead of 1, 6, 2, 5, we just play 1, 4, 1, 5. So let's play the whole form with a quite common turnaround. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 with quick change. Or without, you could do with or without quick change. These are just elements. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3. Now 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Yeah, so that would be the the turnaround with 1, 4, 1, 5. So we have different types of turnaround. Now the question is, how do you find them in any positions? As I said, when you're just playing here, you can also play. As I said, you just When you want to find the 6, you go 3 frets down from this one. When you want to find the 2, you go 2 up from this one, and the 5 is just 1 string above. Or when you come from here, the 1 to the 6, 4 bars, 4 frets above here on the A string, and 2 remains the same. You can select whatever you want. But the 1, 6, 2, 5 turnarounds are not so extremely common in the normal blues. The 1, 4, 1, 5. So 1, 4, 1, 5. That will be the one which is really used pretty often. So these are different types of forms. But if you find another form which is different from the 12 bar blues, that also works. You use the L form, as I said here, L form, as you remember, here, 1, 4, 5, 4. You can make any combinations and any length of forms. That also works. But I try to put it somehow in a system. So this will be the system with the normal 12 bar blues form with variations by using turnarounds and quick change. These are the things to know. Yeah. So that was basically what I want to talk about the form. Now let's get to the next chapter. That will be rhythm. A lot of you guys out there play rhythm just out of their guts, which is pretty okay. And blues is really cool because you don't have to be extremely precise and you still have that really great bluesy vibe. But if you want to get into better rhythm and better timing, it's good to know what kind of rhythm figures you're playing. And I'm going to explain you the basic rhythm figures which are used, and going to show you a little exercise. This one here. A little exercise which we're going to play then. And yeah. It's good to know these different types of notes. So if we have different notes, one note is called the whole note. These are 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I'm playing an A here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Then after count 4, you stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 1 it's finished. So it's 4 bars length. 4 beats, sorry, not bars. Then the next figure would be 2 beats. So in 1 bar would be 1, 2, 3, 4. See? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. That would be that one. Or you can also make a pause. Also pause of two beats would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really important that you at least work it. It looks really simple, and it is simple, but you need to work it out that you can really conscious play whole notes, half notes. Half notes are 2 bars, either the note or the pause. Both is important. Also, not playing is music. That means also the four bar thing I didn't do now because it would be 1, 2, 3. For that would be a pause of 4 beats. You know what I mean? The next figure will be the quarter note. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, finished. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's make a combination of a 2 bar pause and 2 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do these 4 figures now with the track which are prepared here. We're starting with the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now half notes. 1, 2, 3, for pause. 1, 2, 3, 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 bar pause. 2, 3, 4. Yes, and also you can make pause of a quarter note. So 1, 2, 3. Maybe the middle ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can already start to make music with this kind of rhythm. Let's take four, the whole note and the quarter notes, just to play. You can play 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Sorry. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. You can start to improvise with these rhythm figures. Well, this track is pretty slow, so it's probably a little bit cheesy to do it here, but you can take any backing track if you like and work out these rhythm figures. The next figure would be the shuffled 8 note. So that would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. That would be that one. And it's essential that you can play all note types in one row. So I'm going to play first the whole note, the half note, quarter note, then the shuffled 8, and let's also add the triplets at the end. The triplets are 3 per note, per beat, so 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, this is what is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, that will be the triplets. Let's do it with a track. I'm going to select another one. That one was a bit too slow. I'm going to play first the whole note, the half note, quarter note, 8 note, then the triplets in one row. And you should be able to play those note values in one row, and then you're pretty good. You start with the whole note. 1, 2, oops, there was a ghost in the box. Stop the track. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4 shuffled. And triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So I played it now on one note, one after each other. You can also make combinations of these. First you need to know the basic ones, the basic rhythm figures. Then you start make combinations of it, and then you start making music. First you can do an exercise just playing those values one after each other, but not only on one note, try to make music out of it. I'm going to try to select another sound. I like this more. This thing is really important. I know it's probably a little bit annoying for one of you. You want to click away, but it's really important. Start with the quarter full note. 2, 3 for half notes. Quarter notes. Oh, that was a triplet. Now it was okay. See, now I just played these timing things: the quarter, the full notes, the half notes, the quarter notes, the 8 notes, and the triplets one after each other. But you also can make pauses, like you play first one, then you make 1 bar pause, then you play the next, make 1 bar pause. Let's do that. I'm playing A minor pentatonics. We start a full note. 2, 3, 4, 1 bar pause. Now half notes. 1 bar pause. Now quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 bar pause. Now 8s. Shuffled 8s. 1 bar pause. Now triplets. See guys, even I just made an exercise. My nose is itchy. Even I just made an exercise, it already sounded like music. Of course you need to have your pentatonic together here to play it freely, but that's the way you start to work on rhythm, and the more you know what you're doing, or you also can add other pauses. Now I did the most easy pause, like a full 4 beat pause, but you can make other pauses like two beats, a 1 beat, or an 8 note. And then we're getting into music, and then it starts to sound the way it should, because blues or music always is the note and the duration, that's the rhythm. So that would have been the rhythm thing. It was really the basic one here. You can also try to write it like I did here, an example to practice this a little bit. By the way, these tabs can be downloaded in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. The link is also in the description box below as the backing tracks I'm using here. It's really, join there, it's really worth joining our community. It's small, but we're cool there. Good. Now, we're going to the next chapter. That would be what? The scales. Now, most of you, when it comes to using scales in blues, use the minor pentatonics. In this case, we are in the A minor, and because the blues in A, we use the A minor pentatonics. That works pretty well. Now, probably a lot of players do that, and it's pretty cool, but probably gets a little bit boring and you want to get into more advanced stuff, and there of course you have more scales which you can use. So which one can be used on which chord? That's the question. The A minor pentatonics can be used everywhere. So if you have a blues in A, you will use the A minor scale everywhere. It just works pretty well. Yeah. But now you want to add some additional stuff. Also, when we think back to the chapter with the different forms, there are also different chords. When it comes to turnarounds, you want to probably adapt to those. So let's get it through step by step. Now, if you want to make more scales, the next one will be the blues scale, of course. That's not a brainer. That's this one here, with this additional flat 5 note. Let me take him a little bit closer here. I think I'm a little bit far away. Before it wasn't needed to be so close, but now that you see, so this is the blues scale. Especially the blue note, this is the flat 5 here and here. That works really fine. This is really a blues touch. It works pretty well. So that also works over the entire form. But now we want to get it more sophisticated. What we can also do is play the A major pentatonics. That will be this one here. I'll just show one position. Of course, there are a lot of positions available, but since it's a beginner's course, we just do one position. That will be 5, 7, 4, 7, 4, 7, 4, 6, 5, 7, 5. Or, if you want to have it more easy, you just play the A minor pentatonics, move it down 3 frets, but now you start here on the A. That also works. So, that will be the major pentatonics. They are related. Minor and major is related. That's why you can just move down the position of 3 frets, change the root note to the A, and then you have the major pentatonics. Same notes as minor pentatonics, but yeah. Good. So now you can work the same way as with the minor pentatonics, but now this is only available on the A. When you have A7, then you can play it, otherwise it doesn't sound good. If you have a turnaround, you probably can also play it on F sharp, but I would not really do that. So let's see how that works. A. Now goes the D, we have to go up. Goes back to A, down. E, back up. Major. See what I did now? I switched between A major and A minor. When we had A, I switched to A major, otherwise I was playing A minor or A blues. So this works pretty well. Of course, in this case, you have to know where you are in the song or in the blues, otherwise you cannot really adapt. That's the first thing you need to do. Now what you additionally can do is play the so-called Mixolydian mode. That's a more advanced mode. So, we're going back to this position here because it's more easy. 7, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 4, 6, 7, 5, 7, 8, 5. So that's the Mixolydian mode, but A Mixolydian. Why A? Because you have the A here. See? Now you can play A Mixolydian, same as before, only on A. But now you can play D Mixolydian only on D. Well, how we do that? Either you change the position here. You can do that, but that's probably too complicated. You just move up to D. Take the same pattern. When it comes to E, you move up to E. I really want to just explain how the system works, but of course there are different patterns available, and it's probably not cool to always move up the fretboard, but therefore you just need to find other patterns of the Mixolydian scale, as if you like D. Oops. And E Mixolydian. But that's not the topic here. It's just to understand that you can switch between the Mixolydian scales. Let's do that now with the track A. A. Now comes D. A, E, D, A, E. See, that's the way you switch modes between the chords. Of course, when you play the Mixolydian scale, you don't play like this. It doesn't really sound cool. Using the Mixolydian scale is also another topic, but I give a short intro into that. When you count through the notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just count through till 8, and when the 8 comes, the 1 comes, 8 becomes 1. Then you search for the third, 1, 2, 3. This will be this one here, and then you make approach note on the third. See? That will be this one here or here. And you really work a lot with this approach note on the third when you use Mixolydian. Let's do that. So in A will be like this. And in D will be... I'm gonna show a few licks at the end of the tutorial, but just to give an insight in this. And for E will be here. Let's do that quickly. D. Back to the E. A. Really simple. You just adapt to the chord when it comes by using the Mixolydian scale. Now what you also when the turnarounds come, the F sharp, what we do there. On the B7 we also play Mixolydian. That will be B Mixolydian. With the same, with this one, I don't have a track here now with a turnaround like that, but then also you play Mixolydian. And on the F sharp, I would recommend either the minor pentatonics, A minor pentatonics, or in some cases the A major pentatonics. You have to check it out a little bit what works best. I have another track where I can demonstrate this. I have one. So I'm going to explain it now. So we start with A. Now it goes to D. Back to A, F sharp, B, see, oh, there comes the turnaround. There we have two turnarounds in the track. I'm gonna play something to that track later. So I would recommend using the A major pentatonics on the F sharp, but if you're not sure, you play A minor pentatonics, and if you get lost, you can always play A minor pentatonics till you know again where you are, because A minor always works on any chord. Yeah. Good. So these were now the different modes or scales which you can use on this bluesy thing. Now the next step would we play different kinds of riffs. Blues riffs work often with playing an A. Let's take as an example A. Then A6, and then A7. Either like this or like this. With full chords, but actually nobody plays it like that. It's just an example. The most common thing you do is like just with this one here. This is an A5. So this is the A and this is the 5. So then this is the 6, is a kind of A6. And this is kind of a A7. You can do combinations of this, or if you play in another key, I'm gonna play it here in A, so we've got A5, A6, and A7. Yeah, so there are different variations which you can play, something like one only with A6, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, like this or like this. I'm playing with damp technique. I'm putting my hand here on the strings. Yeah, but here A6, or you can include A7 as well. Or combinations. So A5. That would be a riff. You can, and then you play through the riff through the entire form. To D. In this case, remind the L form. Here is the root, here's the 4, here's the 5. This will be an L. Remember? With open string, it will be like here. But we're using these ones here, that way you can transpose it to any key. See, I really played through the riff, through the entire blues form. In this case, it was the form, the regular 12 for a blues form. There are other combinations possible, like this is another figure which works at, as I already explained, with the mixolydian mode. We have this approach note from the flat 3 to the 3 here, 3rd fret to the 5th. If you have an A5 here, so we have here flat 3 to 4 to 3, and then we have A5 to A6. So another type of riff. You can also make it in any key like this. This case a little bit tricky technical scene. You have to move up the pinky here pretty hard. See, it works, and then you have, of course, really works pretty well also with this figure. You can make any combinations. What I also like, that will be more a straight rhythm figure, but it's always with these combinations. Also, of course, this one here. But probably most of you don't like that, but it's also possible the full chord A7 to A6 to also works, of course. But yeah, it sounds pretty cheesy to me. If you like it, be my guest, but it's just a possibility. Good. Yeah, that's basically most combinations. Or like this would be also like with figures like from the here. Also you can do here from here to here to here, or here, like this. also works. All combinations, as I said, which work around the 6, the 7 and the flat 3 to 3, and these are combinations which work really great. So the next thing I'm going to talk about, I already promised that, licks around Mixolydian mode, because as I said, the Mixolydian mode is not really just to play up and down. You need a few ideas for that. I'm going to show you 3 ideas in the A Mixolydian mode, but you can transpose them to any key, of course. It also, as I said, it always works. Let's first again check out the scale. A Mixolydian. There are 2 things which are really essential. The 3, 1, 2, 3, this one, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So the 1, 3, 5 are the chord notes. 1, 3, 5. So you resolve always, not always, but a lot of times, on 1, 3, or 5. You start with an approach note on the 3. Here's a 3. Approach note will be half, so 1 fret below. And then you go to a chord note, that will be the then you often work like with the riffs before you work around the 6 and the flat 7. See, that will be a nice lick here which works in any combinations. Yeah, really works nicely. Now it already switched to D. I'm gonna wait, let's do this lick and then switch it to D, that you see how you move it around. Back to A. E. It's a really cool thing. Good, so that works. Another idea would be here, an idea in triplets. Again, we start here. We slide in the 3. Then we go on the approach note and resolve on the 1. That really works nice. And D now. E. D. Yeah, see, you just move around the licks in the key when the chord comes. Another idea which I really like is this one too. Where we start here on the 4th fret, then we go to on the 7th, and then we make a half tone bending here on the 5th, and again this is the approach, and instead of playing we make the approach with the bending. I really love this one here. Doesn't really fit so well to D. Well, it fits pretty nice here. I really love this lick as a combination of a A minor pentatonics and A major pentatonics. Something like this, really cool. Let's see how that works. It works on D really perfect. Yeah. Okay guys, we're coming slowly to the end of this tutorial. Advanced Blues Beginners, complete beginners course. Yeah. As I said, it's the next step from the Basic Blues Complete Beginners course or Beginners course. And if you missed that one and could not follow everything here, there's a link in the description box below where you find the first course. It's about 1 hour. I don't know how long I'm talking now, probably also an hour now. And this takes you to the next step, that you have more possibilities to use. And I mean, you can work only with minor pentatonics with no knowledge and they sound cool. Some really cool blues players play basically always the same stuff. With minor pentatonics they sound great. It's not a need for blues. But it's always bring this story with the pizza in this situation. It's if you like the mozzarella, the mozzarella, tomato mozzarella pizza with no additional stuff on the pizza, you're cool to go. You feeds you. It can be great, but maybe you want to have more stuff, and if you want to have some onions, some champignons, or whatever on your pizza, these are the ingredients here which I showed you today. Some additional ingredients. Of course, there are more ingredients available, but for blues, that's the nice in this musical form. It's not really a must. You can be on any playing level and you can sound cool, because in blues it's not so much about how much you know, it's about which kind of vibe you play it. And this is something I cannot teach you guys. If you want to play blues, you have to feel the blues. Otherwise you cannot play the blues. You have this topic in many movies about musicians who want to play blues. And that's what it's all about. And it's not so much about all this stuff here. But it's good to know if you want to know it. If not, it's cool too. One more to say, if you want to have the tabs for this, I've written this down, for this tutorial, and the backing tracks I used, they're available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Please join there, make the premium membership subscription, also to support my channel in these times of Corona, since a lot of things are closed now. If you love what I'm doing, make the subscription, even if you probably cannot use everything there, because there's always going to be stuff coming for all players among you. Yeah. If you love what I'm doing, write me a review on Google Maps, HPCrazy Guitar Academy. You can join me on Instagram, follow me on Google, HPCrazy. And me and Dr. Pink are going to play a little bit blues for you for the ending, to end up this tutorial, to give some ideas how we see the blues. So me and Dr. Pink are slowly signing off.